This is Coach Renita. I'm so glad I didn't have to stay up late last night watching my Spurs, but I can't say I liked the outcome of yesterday's afternoon game against the Clippers. I was hoping the Spurs could keep the home court advantage they wrested away from the Clippers in game 2. Maybe take this first round series in 5 games, but alas, it was not to be. The Clippers played aggressively from the beginning and avoided a 3-1 hole as the series heads back to LA. Now, it's been the marquee matchup of the first round. The games have been exciting, but the Warriors are already through. And in the East, LeBron and the Cavs are done. I was hoping Tony and Timmy and the rest of the team could get a breather before heading to round 2, as I fully expect them to. Now, I've been a Spurs fan since I was stationed in San Antonio in the 1990s. I remember taking a tour of the newly constructed Alamo Dome and the excitement in the city around this team, which has been a perennial playoff participant. And I was a huge fan of the elegant Admiral, Mr. David Robinson. Of course, the Spurs, as we currently know them, didn't really start to gel until Greg Popovich moved from general manager to coach, and the Spurs were able to draft the phenomenal Tim Duncan in 1997. But what is most impressive is how the Spurs have been able to sustain a high level of excellence year in and year out. Now, I'm not an expert on the behind-the-scenes organization created by principal owner Peter Holt, but from a fan's perspective, the Spurs have been masters at establishing a brand and creating and maintaining a culture around the concept of team. Key to that is recruiting. The Spurs have carefully chosen talent with the requisite skills, but as important, or maybe even more important than the skills, is the mindset that perpetuates their team culture. The Spurs play unselfish, get the ball to the open man with the best shot basketball better than any other team, and it is magical to watch. Quincy Scott's observation that there is no alpha dog on the Spurs might not make for sexy ESPN highlights, but it wins championships. 3 players on the current roster have been playoff MVPs. Yet you don't think of the Spurs as Kawhi Leonard's team or Tony Parker's team or even Tim Duncan's team in the same way you think of the Cavs as LeBron's team. When you think of the Spurs, you think of the big 3, maybe with the defensive player of the year, Leonard, edging out Manu Ginobili. But what you really think of is unselfish play from unselfish players focused on a team result. For the Spurs, it's all about the team. And when you're playing a team sport, well, that is the most important concept. Go Spurs.